Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. It's time for another episode. We're out in the garden, we're cooking with a barbecue. Today, we're on the Komodo Joe. It's a ceramic barbecue, it's nice and hot. We've actually got a soapstone on there and a grill because today, we're gonna do the burger off. We're gonna do one burger mix, one recipe, two different ways, and we'll see which one is the best. I've got an absolutely delicious drink that you're going to want to make before you start cooking. Right, that is a limoncello shandy. Now it is inspired from the 90s. Now that's a little bit before your time, Emily, but we used to call them turbo shandies. You'd have a bottle of beer and a bottle of Smirnoff Ice together, and it was called a turbo shandy. This is a slightly more refined version. I'm not refined because I've just spilt it, sorry. So it's got a wonderful limoncello, some sparkling water, and I've actually got a really nice IPA beer with it, which is really, really nice. It's kind of quite citrusy. It's absolutely delicious. Perfect for this weather and a bit of cooking. So let's get on. Now, our burger mix. Now, everyone has a recipe out there. Mine is as follows. So I've got some minced beef going in my bowl. Okay, so I've got two lots because these lot are hungry. They're going to be our judges. Emily and Carlos are going to judge which is their favourite way of cooking these burgers. Now, I've got a few little tips and tricks on this one. I've got some butter here. Butter makes everything good. A little bit of garlic. Okay. Crack your garlic right open like that. Put it straight in with the butter. Take some rosemary.
Would you use garlic powder for this?
No. Never. Do not use garlic powder. It's the devil's work. Okay? Butter, rosemary, thyme, and garlic. Whack it on there. I just want to melt it a bit, basically. That's it. While we get on with the rest of it. Now, minced beef. Okay? We've got my secret ingredients. You've seen this before, haven't you, Emily?
Yeah.
The OXO cube. It is the perfect seasoning for your beef burgers, okay? So what we're going to do is I've got two batches here that I'm making. So I've got two OXO cubes.
If you don't have OXO cubes, does it make a massive difference?
Well, you need basically a dry beef stock. So whether it's a powder or whether it's a block, that's up to you. And if you can't crumble it, just grate it on a really fine grater. But I should be strong enough to do this, yes. So that lovely beefiness is just going to make it really, really delicious. Okay? So there, we're going to add a little bit of salt, not too much because we're going to season it on the outside as well, but plenty of black pepper. Beef loves pepper. Okay? And then I'm going to get a little bit of rosemary because everyone thinks sort of beef and lamb is the traditional combination, but actually beef loves rosemary as well. And then I've got a little bit of thyme. We've picked these from the garden. And it's just going to give you loads of flavour. So just chop it all up. And if you want to batch this as well and freeze the burgers for another day or turn them into meatballs, you can do that too. Like a burger?
Oh, I love burgers.
Do you? Very popular these days, aren't they? So many different sort of...
Homemade burgers or something like this.
Yeah, none of that generic.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so let me show you this butter. You see this? If I put that on there, well, you can see it's just melted. Almost, not quite, still a little bit to go. You don't want it like bubbling and too hot, okay? But what we've got is a lovely richness now. That melted butter with the OXO cube is now going to baste our burgers from the middle out. It's going to be like, normally when you're cooking like steaks and things like that, you would add butter and rosemary and thyme and baste it and spoon the butter over. This way, it's all inside the beef. So it's going to be absolutely perfect. So basically, get your hands in and work that butter through the beef.
And obviously you put the butter in, but you could use obviously a dairy-free alternative.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously really good ones out there these days.
Yeah, you could, and I mean, butter is a beautiful thing with beef, and it just works so nicely. But it will, when you're grilling it, it'll kind of stop it from drying out, and it'll give it a little bit of richness. And then all we need to do now is just portion these up. So I'm just going to take the burger and portion it up like so. So we'll do a couple of smash burgers, and we're going to do a couple of burgers in our press. Okay, so you can make them either way.
What other ideas have you had, like in the past, like burgers?
Well, I've got the most amazing breakfast burger, and it is basically Cumberland sausage, bacon in a food processor, blitzed together with chunks of pineapple in it. And then you cook pineapple and bacon in a burger is amazing. I am so going to convince you on that. It is, a bacon burger is a beautiful thing. I mean, I've done many different, we've actually got, in our cookery book, we've got 4 ways with burgers, and we've got 4 different burger recipes. We've got the beef one, which is this one today. We've got beef with Swiss cheese and chimichurri, which we're doing today. And then we did the chicken tikka burger, didn't we? We did a salmon burger, and then we did an onion bhaji burger. 4 ways with mango chutney, amazing. Yeah, really good. So if you want the recipes, you can get the book. Go to the website, petersidwell.com. You can pre-order your book or order a signed copy if you want to, and we'll post it straight to you. It comes out in September 2024. Right, that'll do, I think. In fact, let's just roll a couple more out, get them ready, because I feel like we might need to try them twice.
Yeah. You can make these in advance, freeze them.
Yeah, definitely. Freeze them, make it easy. I always think if you're going to have a barbecue and you're inviting lots of friends around, make it easy for yourself so you have the minimal amount of work to do on the day. Okay? Because if you're drinking to limoncello shandies, you need to be as focused as you can. Okay, right, we'll leave that, we'll put that to one side. Right, so burger press, while I've got the raw meat on my hands. So I've just cut some little paper discs out of parchment paper, okay? You don't have to, but it is a good tip. So basically take your paper, pop it in, put your burger mix in there, put another parchment paper on, just makes it a little bit easier. You can buy discs already if you want to, or you can just cut parchment paper and go for it. Squash it down, and you're gonna get a brilliant, perfect burger, okay? So we just pop.
But that's really good as well for like uniform cooking.
Exactly.
We're all gonna cook the same.
All the same size. And if you want to make sure, if you don't want to eyeball it like I've done, use a set of scales, weigh out each meatball, and then do this, and you will get consistent, perfect burgers every time. There we go. So let's do this last one. So we got 4 traditional burger press. The good thing about this is as well, you could grate blue cheese into your burger if you wanted to. You know, you could make a cheeseburger from the inside out instead of the outside in. You know, you can put all sorts of things in there. Right, there's our 4 burger presses. Now with the smash burger, we don't need to do anything yet at this point, okay? But we are going to use this which is Masterclass's new burger press or steak press. You can use this to get your bacon really crispy on a Sunday morning. If you're cooking it in the grill pan, whack that on top. It gets hot, you get super crispy bacon. You can also use it on steaks to get them consistent. But we're going to use them today for our smash burger. Now, smash burgers are all over Instagram and everything, aren't they? You see them everywhere. So I thought it'd be really good to show you how to do them. So, onto our grill. It's nice and hot. It's 200 degrees. I've got a soapstone on one side, which gives me a solid top. Now, if you haven't got one, you could use a frying pan if you wanted to. And then I've got a straight grill on there. I've got white hot coals, which is exactly what you want. Always use like proper lump wood charcoal. Don't use those formed briquettes. They don't last long and they're just rubbish. They don't get as hot as proper lump wood charcoal, okay? So, let's do our burgers first. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of oil on my hand and then roll that on the burger, okay? And then take table salt. It's not often I tell you to use table salt, but you want a really nice, even layer, fine salt on there. Because when I put that down on the burger, on the pear, I want a nice, even layer of salt, which is going to draw down and caramelize it to smash up. So take the next one, do exactly the same again. Okay, pop that on there. We're going to get to it in a second. And pop that on there. Okay. Take your press. Now, just to be on the safe side, put a tiny touch of oil on the top because we don't want them to stick. All right. Take your press and smash your burger. Clues in the name. Okay?
Quicker to cook these.
Yeah.
Oh, a good idea.
Okay. So now that they are completely smashed, don't do anything. Don't touch them. Just leave them now to caramelize, okay? And we'll get the others on. A little bit more of my limoncello shandy. Perfect drink to cook with.
Notice how you didn't make those four.
No, you've got to concentrate on filming and getting focus. I'm going to introduce you to this bad boy with your burgers, but you've got to sit tight. Let's get the work done and then we're on. Right, let's take our burgers. So let's get 3 of these. Just take your paper off. They have formed perfect burgers. So let me recap. We've got OXO cube ground up into these. We've got butter, which has melted in rosemary, thyme and garlic. What more could you want from a burger? So, little drizzle of oil on the outside. Just give them a little coating. And then we're going to season up, but we're seasoning up with our lovely Maldon sea salt, because it's just my favourite for cooking things like meat. And then top of the burger, down on the grill. Okay? Top of the burger, down on the grill. And same on the last one. Okay? We're going to close that. We're going to clean up, and then we're going to make our chimichurri. Right, okay, let's make a chimichurri. Now, this is an Argentinian salsa. It's amazing with beef. It is beautiful. Once you've had this recipe and you've made it and you've eaten it, you're going to eat it with everything. It's delicious. Starts with a red onion. Nice and mild. Don't use a white onion. It's too strong. I know. I feel like we've had this conversation before, Emily.
Yeah, to be fair, we have. I always make the
You could use a shallot if you wanted to. But I always go red onion.
It's one of my favourite things to put out on the table at a barbecue, and then people are like, oh, what have you made? What is it?
Over the whole series, we've got some amazing sauces and relishes that you will just love, whether it's barbecue or not. So stay tuned. We've got loads to share with you this series.
I feel like the chimichurri is all year.
Yeah. And not just with beef.
Yeah.
It's good with loads of stuff. So chop it really, really fine, okay?
can't get it fine like that, is there any other way you could...
Yeah, chuck them in a little food processor or grate them,
Oh.
but on a coarse grater.
Yeah.
Because you do need some texture. You don't want just sort of mush. No. Right, let's push that to one side. Let me just turn these smash burgers. Can you see these? They're nearly cooked and I haven't turned them over yet because we've pressed them right down, and you wait till you see the caramelization on them. So using something like this, one of Masterclass's, you know, a barbecue equipment, just work it under and then flip it. Look at that. That's a smash burger, that. But look at the caramelization that table salt's given you. By smashing it down and pressing it into that salt, it's super caramelized it. And then we'll flip it over. Whoa. You ready for the last one? Got to get all the good shots for you see. So really work it under and then look at that. Beautiful. It's a very different burger to the other one, but jury's out. I don't know which one you're going to like the best. Let me just see what these are doing. See, they need a little bit longer. Excellent. Right. Just test that, make sure it's safe, not poisonous. Right. Let's get our chimichurri done, because I am getting hungry.
Me too.
So, onion chop nice and fine.
How long does this keep in the fridge for again?
How long does what keep in the fridge?
Have you got any left?
So, the chimichurri? Probably 2 or 3 days. It loses its fresh vibrancy.
I want it as fresh as possible.
I think so. So, red chilli, fresh, is best for this because it's a fresh sauce.
Yeah.
Okay?
No dried chilli.
No, you could use a bit of chili oil if you want, but I wouldn't use chili powder. I would use chili flakes if I didn't have anything else, but I think one fresh red chili, seeds removed, is perfect.
If you wanted it a bit hotter, could you keep some seeds in?
Yeah, or you could whack another chili in if you want. And then garlic. Don't put a massive clove of garlic in it because all you will it'll get stronger on day 2 and day 3. It just gets stronger and stronger and stronger because it's raw. Okay? So I would go like 2/3 of a clove. And there you go. So that's our red onion, our chili and our garlic. Just going to flip these burgers over. So these are our ones made in the Masterclass burger press. Beautiful. Cooked perfectly, pressed, basted with butter in the middle. Super juicy. I mean, if I press that, oh, super juicy that. Lovely. Right. Let's get all this in. Now, a couple more ingredients. Red wine vinegar. Okay.
If you didn't have red wine vinegar as an alternative?
You can use white. Don't use balsamic because it's just a bit too. It kind of just masks it. It's not. It's not quite clean enough. But yeah, red or white wine vinegar. Red would be my preference. And then 2/3 olive oil more than vinegar. But taste it. Work it out. Make it taste good for you, not me. A little bit of seasoning and then lots of flat parsley. Okay? No, not curly. Gives me nightmares, curly parsley. When I was 14, I went to York District Hospital for my work experience as a chef. And I got given about 4 kilos of parsley to chop. Can you imagine how big a box 4 kilos of parsley is? And that was like day 1, bless. So yeah, flat leaf parsley. Loads of it. This actually, yeah, it just goes with everything.
Yeah.
I love it. So nice, and it cuts through the richness that we've got going on these burgers. It's the perfect sort of contrast, really. So, I haven't mixed it yet. What I did, and what is important, is vinegar in first, then oil, then parsley. Because if you put vinegar in and then parsley, it will start to wilt it instantly. You've got to get the oil and the vinegar in before you mix it together. But can you see that? I mean, it's just so fresh and vibrant.
Somewhere in a bowl.
Oh, you'll be addicted, I promise you. It is.
Make any chance
Oh.
now.
This, salsa verde, Vietnamese. We've got so many beautiful dressings and relishes and dips going on in this series. You're going to love it. Yeah. Right. Okay. We are nearly ready. I've got some good old-fashioned. I am not a brioche man on a burger. Too sweet, falls apart. These burgers are too juicy for that. Okay. Got good old-fashioned white bread rolls. And then we're going to top it with some Jarlsberg, which is a Norwegian cheese. You were quite excited about this cheese, weren't you?
Yeah, I feel like it's just like classic burger, like it's just good cheese for a...
Tea, it's slightly sweet, and it's got holes in it.
Yay! That is the perfect cheese.
Of course it is. Let's get them on there. You've got to have holes in your cheese, I think. So let's pop those on there. Let's get some cheese on these. There we go. They do. They smell good. Right. What I'm going to do, in fact, what's going on with Pip? I've got a cloche here for burgers. Take your beer, put the lid on. That will melt your cheese perfectly. That's just blown Emily's mind, that. She's like, don't waste the beer!
To be fair, that was my first thought, don't waste the alcohol. But
Right.
I feel like it could be good.
Proper white, crusty bread rolls. None of that brioche muck. Right. We're getting close. Ooh, let's have a little look.
So excited.
Are you ready, Carlos? You might want a little cutaway of this one. Oh, would you look at them?
They look good.
This is a serious smash burger, this. Burger number one. Let's pop that one there. That's a spare. On with our salsa. Oh. Right. Little handful of the green stuff.
That green stuff salad, please.
Yeah. Some rocket leaf on there. And that is our smash burger. There we go. Right. Let's get our others on. Let's just quickly melt that cheese so it's proper.
I can't tell which is going to be my favourite.
I think I know which one you're going to like the best. Right. Let's get our traditional burgers in. Perfect little burger press there.
Perfect size for those bread.
Absolutely, bang on. On with our chimichurri. There we go. Carlos, stop dribbling. There we go. That is our burger off. Okay, so what I want to do is serve the perfect drink. Now, I've had my cooking drink, my little limoncello shandy. Now, for me, Beefsteak Club, the clue is in the name. This is a beautiful wine, and I think, do you know what? I discovered this wine years ago. Pound for pound, one of the nicest red wines that I've ever come across. You will have noticed it in your supermarkets in the UK loads. It's everywhere now. They've done a great job to get like national listings. You can get this in all the supermarkets. You can get it everywhere. Beefsteak Club, it's a Malbec, Argentinian Malbec. It's perfect with beef. Doesn't matter what beef you're having. We're having Argentinian salsa, a chimichurri. You need an Argentinian wine. Sorry, it's not Spanish, Carlos.
I don't mind.
There we go. One for you.
Thank you.
Then one for you, Emily.
Thank you.
Have a little taste of that. Right. Smash or traditional?
Surprise me.
It's time for the burger off. What is the best way to cook a burger on the barbecue? Smash? Press? I'm going smash first. Yeah. Isn't it?
That's first.
Yeah. Go smash burger. That is such a good burger.
Wow.
Why aren't all burgers like that?
Oh, oh man. Good.
What do you think?
The cheese is really nice as well.
It's Norwegian. So it's that whole kind of Scandinavian style cheese that goes really stringy and melty. Lovely. Right,
The burger.
burger press. Now, you can see it's thicker. Yeah? It's more, I think this would be a bit more meaty. The traditional burger press is what we're tasting here. So we've had the smash burger and we've used this bad boy. Really good. Loved that. Expecting that to be my favourite, if I'm honest. But I think I'm going to give it to the burger press. It's juicier.
The bun. I feel like you get to taste almost the burger more from the press because it's thicker. I think with it being thinner, you get more of an even bite.
That wine is perfect with this burger. Now, my favourite burger, we're going to vote now, okay, in terms of burger off. I'm going burger press. Carlos.
I think the same, yeah.
2 to the burger press.
I'm gonna give I quite like.
Smash.
Yeah, I quite like how thin the burger is because, like I say, you get an even mouthful of everything, but you do get a meatiness. I do love the burger press, but
I mean, both ways are incredible ways to make a delicious burger. And if you follow my recipe, melted butter with rosemary, thyme and garlic, add it to the beef with the OXO cube, it will make a beautiful burger no matter which way you do it. But the burger press wins. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode.